3 minutes, Roger. Okay, roger that. Minute and a half, Roger. One minute, Roger. Thirty away.
I know that everyone is concerned about having a competitive education for all Oklahoma public school kids, and that's a good thing.
And let's talk to parents who might be listening. There was some concern earlier on last week about state testing.
That's right.
Can you talk to us about that? Give us an update.
Well, we heard those concerns. We are most centered around our students. We want to make sure at the State Department of Education that we have given as much flexibility as possible as those tests that are federally required are completed by students or scheduled. And so we did extend the testing window by 1 week to make certain students can show their very best work.
Okay, and what do you say to the teachers out here who want to continue walking?
Well, our teachers are here because they care so much about public education and the children in their classrooms. From many of the conversations I've had, teachers' hearts are still in the classroom and they are eager to get back to those students. But the advocacy continues regardless if we're here or not. But today you will see people that are standing together to keep the awareness of how important public education needs to be funded, and that needs to have a long-term funding solution.
Okay, and we will be covering it every step of the way. State Superintendent Joy Hoffman, sir, thank you so much. I'll let you step off because I want to bring in some of the teachers now. These are teachers from Barnsdall here today. Are you feeling at all frustrated that you're here a week later after this walkout started?
Yeah, definitely a little frustrated, but we see a lot of movement, just like Ms. Hoffmeister said, there's more people here today, I believe, than any other day last week, and there's still a lot of excitement here around the teachers. Ones I've talked to out of our school, they're excited they're ready to get back to see their kids, especially the younger elementary ones, that, it's just that relationship that we all have. We're ready to get back there and see our kids, but we're also here for the funding. We have textbooks in Barnsdall, history books that, they date back to 2001's the last thing. There's tons of stuff in history books and newer textbooks and stuff that we need right now, and so the funding is a big deal for all of us to be able to get our kids what they need to be successful.
Are you prepared to continue walking?
Yes, our superintendent, we just met earlier and we're on a day-by-day basis, and so they're going to go back to have a board meeting tonight, but we're prepared to keep walking, to be down here and continue the fight to get better funding for our students.
Thank you so much, Kylie Sweeney with the Barnsdall District. So that's the very latest out here on News 9. Keep it right on the News 9 app and news9.com for the very latest.
Thank y'all.
Way to go, Sweeney! Thank you.
Okay, guys, if you got me on the desk, we're an hour away from our next one, right? All right, we're going to zip back real quick. Yeah, 3:30, it might be a ghost town down here.
Larger than any day we have seen prior. This is a lot of people coming to support public schools and the students that are in the classrooms all across the state.
Does it ever come to a point where you want these teachers to get back into the classroom?
Well, I think even the teachers really want to get back in the classrooms. What they want is confidence that any of the gains that have been made will endure and be long-lasting. That is, I think, the most primary reason they're still here. They don't feel that confidence yet. We absolutely know that there has been great gains already, and we do hear today that there's even additional talk about wind credits. But where that goes, I don't know. I know our children need to have their teachers back, and our teachers want to be back, but this will be something each school district is going to decide how best to advocate in the future and day by day.
Are you glad to hear that the legislature is still talking about ways to maybe increase funding?
It's incredible. We are grateful for what has happened. There's been landmark legislation that has given competitive pay, which is really remarkable. And then considering the high bar that had to be cleared to get 75% approval from both the House and Senate. But also what you see here, I think, is a shift in focus to making sure that our students have the textbooks and the learning materials that they need, and that is sustainable. That's really the conversation today, and I think that it should remain on a long-term solution, but I am very grateful for the ground that's been gained, and the advocacy and the engagement where families are really engaged like perhaps they've never been before.
Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I appreciate how willing legislators are to have conversations and listen to the stories that teachers have to tell about the children in their classroom. That's a good thing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, thanks. Hey, are you next?
Yes, yeah. We need to flip that upside down. This.
Sorry.